Welcome back. I'm Vince Thompson, founder, chairman, and CEO of Melt. And we're doing a chapter-by-chapter guide of my new book, available now on Amazon, Build Brand New. So here's chapter 2. College and your campus is the ultimate professional laboratory. I know you may be stuck in your dorm room right now, learning in a virtual environment, but one day, hopefully soon, we're going to be over that. And I want you to look all around you and examine why your campus is the ultimate professional laboratory. In chapter 1, we talked about how it was for me. I walked into that athletic department, became a volunteer and a student assistant in sports information, and just absolutely fell in love with the business of college sports in my career. Even in COVID, used this time to begin planting those seeds, searching for those opportunities, communicating with people in a virtual environment, understanding who they are, understanding the decision makers on your campus, how you marry that with your passion. Mine was sports. It could be events. It could be cause, communities, charities, political, social, student government, fundraising, or even working your way through school. For the next 4 to 5 years, you're going to be surrounded by these amazing opportunities. As I said, could be sports, could be event production. There's thousands of events that go on campuses every year. Even if you're working your way through in a coffee shop, that's not what you're doing. You're on the front lines of consumer behavior, serving hundreds of guests and patrons per day. It may be Greek life. It may be alumni relations. It may be the school or the college that you're involved in. It may be the front desk and hospitality. Whatever your passion is, you're going to be able to parlay this experience into a career objective. Not only are you padding your resume, you're showing me self-starting, hard work, and initiative. And you're building these amazing relationships for life. Paul Feinbaum, Dick Vitale, we now go back 40 years. Think about that. What once was an innocuous exercise of taking somebody to dinner or their hotel or their airport now comes into lifelong friend and business relationships. It's all about building those relationships, and we're going to talk about deeper into the book the value of nurturing and building relationships. As I told you, what I learned early on is I knew I was going to have to outwork everybody. Those old rules still apply. They're timeless. You're going to have to pay your dues. There are fewer jobs there, and everybody wants to be in the sports and entertainment and music marketing business now. So begin building and padding that relationship, that experience, how you present that on social media, how you present that in your LinkedIn, how you present that with your resume. Begin to show potential employers now that you are a self-starter and that you will show initiative. Because let me go back to what I was telling you. This job process is a process. It's an audition. It's building blocks to convince a potential employer to hire you. If I hire somebody at $40,000 or $50,000 a year, my investment in that person is actually $70,000 to $80,000 when you count their insurance and their 401k and their taxes and all of those types of things and activities. So if an employer is going to make that investment in you, you better believe they're going to uncover every stone there is about you and your background. And you've got this amazing blank canvas that you can fill in right now. Let me just give you a talking example. University of Georgia, I love. My son is there. And I'll use the athletic department because I'm very familiar with their operations. Do you realize that the University of Georgia athletic department is a $150 million company in and of itself. And most athletic departments are a $10 million company, $50 million company, $100 million company. Greg McGarity, the athletic director, as innocuous as that title sounds, is the CEO of a $150 million company, serving many, many constituencies. But within that, you can pinpoint where these opportunities are. Look at the amazing venues on your campus, or the University of Georgia, the coliseums, the stadiums, the softball fields, the baseball fields, those types of things. Somebody's got to oversee those facilities. The physical and health and nutrition and hydration and performance is major now. Even if you're not a PR major, communications major, there's giant opportunities there. Mental health, we've uncovered through our podcast, is a major issue for all students and student athletes. So if you're a psychology or sociology major, that might be a spot for you as well. Obviously, content and social media development, you all know how to do that par excellence. You're the most sophisticated consumer there is because of social media. Managing the press, there's so many more press outlets than the old days. Sponsorship sales, have you ever looked around and seen the Coca-Cola billboards in the stadium, or the Jumbotron, or the Cup, or hearing that ad on the radio? Somebody had to sell that sponsorship in, and somebody had to take care of that sponsorship. Great opportunities there. Obviously, hundreds of events in so many sports that somebody's got to manage and oversee and take the tickets and run the concessions and worry about safety and make sure, the restrooms are clean. Huge opportunities to learn that. And then you can apply that across the country. Obviously, radio and television, everything's televised or streamed or on the radio now. How about the concessions? How about the future of concessions? Contactless, touchless, cashless transactions. That's going to evolve sophistication. Obviously, the tutoring is very important. Data analytics, fan analytics, which ties into convincing people to buy, keep, or sell their tickets. In knowing what that consumer behavior is, which ties into that ticket sales. And then obviously the press operations, because press come and attend the major events. Wagering is going to be legalized in 50 states over the next 5 years. The growth of esports, which then ties into EA and NCAA re-releasing their football and their basketball. Major collegiate esports tournaments with EA and Madden right now. In 21, all student athletes are going to be able to monetize their name, image, and likeness. Chances are you know one of them, you can help. That's going to create new sponsorship streams, and obviously we think fantasy sports will get to college one day as well. So just think about that microcosm of that athletic department and your campus and sports and where all of those opportunities lie. So in summation, look around you. What's your passion? Pursue it. Don't let anybody tell you not to. Then you're going to parlay this experience into careers. And through this experience, you're going to build, grow, and expand your network, just like I did with Paul Feinbaum and Dick Vitale and many, many others in this industry. So chapter 2, diving right in. Importance of your own brand. What are those steps? Where are those opportunities? We just talked about them. We talked about beginning to build the construct of that resume and the social and digital tips to stand out in a very, very cluttered world full of information where everybody's competing for everybody's attention. That's chapter 2. I'm Vince Thompson, founder, chairman, CEO of Melt.